Resistance doesn't normally storm into a meeting demanding answers. It usually slides in, late, with a smile, an excuse, and perfectly timed concerns about timing. Resistance can be the completely supportive teammate without the capacity, the stakeholder who loves the concept but questions every detail, the team that agrees in principle but reverts when no one's watching. Today we're going to take a look at 3 points around resistance and make some suggestions of practical strategies that work with human psychology. I'm Leonie McCarthy, and I've spent lots of years blending some change management and a little bit of everything into project delivery and helping teams navigate changes that feel possible, safe, and worthwhile. Sometimes it's not the change people are resisting, it's the uncertainty or the overwhelm, or they're just plain spent and have maybe just run out of the capacity to care. There's a lot going on in the world right now, and add in daily level of life drama on top of business and organisational change, and you've got quite the cocktail of ideas and adaptations to be managing. Here's a couple of things that I've been trying out recently. So repeat, recap, and contextualize. Reminding people where you last left this change effort, process, or idea. And part of this context giving is giving them data. So when we're talking with teams about an upcoming change, we're trying to ground them in why this particular thing is important. For example, this change will improve 30% of the things that we do in this particular stream of work, or this change will reduce our collection time from 3 months to 3 weeks, just by example. Creating catchphrases that can be repeated and aligning the effort, the change effort, to those catchphrases is quite powerful. I had an example from a CIO the other day who said to me that he wanted everything to be standardized and simplified. In every single conversation I had that day, I used those words, standardize and simplify. And I'm hoping that through repetition, we'll get to a point where we actually start to standardize and simplify. Where possible, communicate in pictures and graphics. Most people process visuals faster than anything else. Creating visuals and using them in multiple places starts to build a pattern of recognition for the change that you're working on. I like Gretchen Rubin's 4 tendencies. She talks about how obligers need accountability, questioners need logic and evidence, like we were talking about data, upholders need clarity and timelines, and rebels need a little bit of choice. One size doesn't fit all, and so making sure that you're blending in some different aspects of how to communicate the change will capture more of your audience's attention and help you to cut through. Convert your catchphrases to the next smallest step. Small, role-specific actions that build competence and confidence through repetition will help cut through in a resisting team. Making the behaviour stick first is important because their attitude will follow. Where you can, be specific as possible. Let me give you an example. By 10 a.m. on Wednesday, you need to have logged in and created 1 new task in the new software. So you're reducing ambiguity and you're giving people very specific instructions about what to do. The additional step here that I like is to pair people up with a peer. Having a buddy to work with and to be another point of view is helpful to all of us. Well, I find it helpful when we're navigating new things. Also, if you have a way to make the progress visible, this is helpful too. A proof of progress, screenshots, dashboards, or creating ticks against a task list all help make your progress visible and more tangible. Engage key people with ownership of the change and the new process. Ensure that they have what they need to be able to win over any detractors that are in the mix. So I think that what's helpful here is evidence of things working. We've tried it. It's more accurate. It's faster. It's helping us to do X, whatever X is. There's a tipping point where the new process or system actually becomes the norm, and the questions that people ask start to go deeper into how to get better value or extract more from the change. And this is the point for me where I'm going, okay, I think we're getting there. So the other thing that early adopters need is ease of getting on with the new process, which sort of harks back a little bit to that next small step action idea. So we're signposting by when, what good looks like, what's not okay, and what their part is in the plan. And this all builds clearer paths and pictures to the new. There's an underlying assumption here that we have fixed the system or process or broken thing, and we are genuinely working towards an improvement. So in conclusion, polite resistance is really a system signal. Designing for human reality, trying to make the new feel familiar, building coalitions with real owners will all make progress towards building momentum. If this helped unmask some resistance to you, please share it with a leader who's stuck in supportive but busy land, and subscribe for the next episode. You can always connect with me for an obligation-free chat about your change or project today.